Show land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show podcast. I am G1 and this is the Godzilla Block Party. And oh boy, finally, ladies and gentlemen, Godzilla King of the Monsters is available to be in your home, in my home, in everybody's home. So let's get on it and bring that sumbitch home, and let's not let it go the way it did in the theaters. Let's get it going. Get the money flowing so Godzilla vs. Kong can be great.
From what I heard, the Steelbook is gone. It is gone.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that because I got some gripes to pick. But before we get into all that, let me introduce you to my co-hosts today. And boy, we got some special stuff going on. Coming in first and foremost, Megzy ain't here. That's right. Shout out to G73 Chase for going camping in Yosemite. But between me and you, I think he really is working for Monarch and he's looking for fucking monsters. But that's just between us. We got Gamz1 Andrew on the show. What's up, my brother?
Oh, I have already played to death the Blu-ray, the 4K Blu-ray, and the digital copy so many times.
If this was a VHS, your tape would have been popped already.
Probably.
Gotcha. Also joining us, a very special guest today on the G Show for the first time. I'm excited to have him on. ShinRobJira on the show. I cannot believe we got a YouTuber on the show. That's insane in its own right. What's up, brother?
Nothing. You know.
Ready to rock?
Exactly what Andrew said. Ready to rock. Ready to talk about this shortcomings and all.
Here we go. See, right off the bat. Well, no, not right off the bat, because ladies and gentlemen,
right off the bat.
If y'all been around for previous podcasts, y'all know that whenever I have someone new on the podcast, I have to ask this question. And it's crazy that I have to ask this question to Rob right now, because we've had several Godzilla movies come out since what I'm about to ask him came out. So, Rob, let me ask you this question. Games, get your smile on. Everybody on this podcast that comes on for the first time, I have to ask, what was your thoughts on Shin Godzilla?
Woo! Okay. So just thoughts in general, not even just first thoughts, just thoughts overall.
Whatever you want to do, bro.
Well, first thoughts, holy fucking shit, I just sat through that and that just blew my mind.
Thank you.
And then overall thoughts, every viewing after that, it was just... it's such an emotional thing to talk about. I don't know why, but they're seeing a Godzilla movie theater. They're seeing a Godzilla movie in theaters, and then they're seeing Shin Godzilla in movie theaters. It's two completely different things. And I love the movie. I think it's a masterpiece, and it's right on up there with the original for me.
Thank you. I've been so lonely in my little corner.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not biased. I bring on people who love that piece of shit movie. I'm see what I'm saying? I am here for you, all of you. That's what we do here. No, I appreciate that. You're not going to be on that review podcast we do. I tell you that right now. I'm going to mark you off the calendar. No, I'm just kidding.
It's going to gang up on me.
No. Usually when we do start the reviews, when we do, Shin Godzilla ain't going to be there for a long time because we're going to start from Gojira 54 and work our way up. But when we do get to that, I'm hoping to have a stacked podcast because, trust me, that was one of my favorite times doing the Godzilla Block Party, was talking about that movie from the very first trailer to after we've seen it 3-4 times in the theaters. It's one of my favorite things to do, talk about it, because, you know, I personally don't care for it. But the more the merrier, and I'm happy. So, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's get down to the fucking business. Ladies and gentlemen, again, as I said at the top of the freaking podcast, Godzilla King of the Monsters is now available on DVD, on Blu-ray, on 4K. We're all over the place. It's on digital. You can get this movie any which way. iTunes, buy it. Google Play, buy it. Get it. It's out there. And it's got special features. Unlike the damn digital version that I bought from Amazon last week to rip me off. Pissed me off. But anyhow, in regards to that, I sat down and I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters again on my 4K TV. I was so excited. I could not wait to get out of work on Tuesday. Shot over to Target, scooped it up, ran home. I didn't throw it on right away. I took a shower, I had to get myself in the right mind frame. Told my wife, listen, woman, it's going to be loud downstairs. Just giving you a heads up. She knew what Tuesday meant to me. And, you know, to her credit, to my daughter's credit, props to them, they let it rock. And I threw it on. And yeah, you know, there it was. Godzilla, King of Monsters on my TV screen in glorious 4K. I had to adjust my TV settings a bit because I was like, why is it so dark? That was the first thing that jumped out to me. Why is this dark? This shit didn't look like this in the theater. I got a little frustrated. But, yeah, we were rocking, rolling. I was loving it. And I'm going to save my thoughts for after that. I want to talk about the special features right off the bat. No, I don't. I want to hear your thoughts first, like getting to watch it at home, like how you felt. So Gam's like, you were watching this shit before anybody. You were watching this shit before. You were texting me as I was getting ready for work, talking about the special features. I'm like, dude, what the fuck time does Best Buy open out there? Good God. So like, you had this shit up and running at like 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, where I had to wait till 6 o'clock at night. When you got this shit at home, bro, did you set your figures up? Did you have like a viewing party? Because I know you got your stuff, bro. Did you get the necklace out? What's going on?
Well, first things first, I actually do not have the Best Buy Steelbook yet.
Yes.
I actually bought it online, and my mom came by to visit, and I told her about it, and I set it up so that she could pick it up for me, and she's on her way to Missoula, Montana right now to go get it for me. But the Blu-ray I did buy was just the standard 4K Blu-ray release from Walmart. I walked my happy ass about an hour's walk to Walmart and an hour's walk back home at like 9 o'clock in the morning here in Montana, just to get my hands on this movie. And I immediately popped it in my Xbox One X, and I had a great time with it. I don't know why you had to turn up your settings on your TV, because my big 65-inch 4K TV and my entire home theater setup, like, it looked perfect even with my lights on.
It was weird. I did take a step back. Like, why is this looking like this? I've watched several 4Ks on my TV, and they all look fantastic. I still have yet to watch Rampage in 4K, Ready Player One 4K, but I will say, like, I watched the Avengers, not Endgame, but Infinity War, my favorite Marvel movie. I watched Blade Runner 2048, whatever the hell that last Blade Runner movie was, in 4K, and these movies popped. I'm telling you, I'm not lying when I say this. Every time I put on Infinity War, Thanos is standing in my living room fighting the Hulk. I'm like, oh shit. And so, like, it was weird when I put this movie. I'm like, why is everything dark? What's going on? But anyhow, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Yeah, I don't get that. Maybe you just got a bad 4K copy. I'm not too sure.
I'm upset with that because I did, for whatever reason, when I got the movie, I went into Target, and instead of just grabbing the first one, I grabbed the second one behind it. I grabbed the one behind it. Maybe I fucked up.
Maybe. I don't know.
Huh.
But anyways, as for the special features, I was surprised with the amount of them. Like, altogether, I think when you watch the special features back to back to back, it lasts about as long as the film itself. Maybe a little bit shorter. And that's great, because the 2014 Blu-ray had jack all for special features. And one of my main gripes with special features is a lot of them are redundant. A lot of them are like the same thing with just a couple different words being said. Like, if you watch the featurette about Godzilla, and then the other featurette called Godzilla 2.0, they say a lot of the same things, except like Godzilla 2.0, they go into more technical aspect on like how Michael Dougherty said, "Oh, I just slapped the 54 spines on a model and said, do that." I found that to be amusing.
It's very funny.
I was kind of disappointed at the fact that even though Michael Dougherty has gone on record saying that the original cut of the movie was nearly 3 hours long, we only got 5 minutes of deleted scenes. Like, that's kind of disappointing. And the deleted scenes weren't even all that important. I mean, we finally found out where the heck that Millie Bobby Brown sequence of her trying to contact Monarch went. It got cut, obviously. Would I have preferred that scene in the film itself? Actually, I probably would have preferred it. I probably would have preferred it not get cut and replaced with what they had. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I differ on that, but okay.
You what now?
I differ on that. I thought it was I thought it was a terrible scene. The lead up was to it. Her kickboxing with them people. Come on, man. She hated them. Why would she be kickboxing? I thought it was great that they cut that out.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
I was mostly just referring to what happened after she closed the door on her mom.
I agree.
And not what was leading up to it.
Yeah.
What was leading up to it, that probably should have been cut. But I still think that her trying to contact Monarch with the little ham radio probably should have stayed in the film.
I agree with that, definitely. So let me ask Rob. I know you want more, but I want to get Rob in here.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Rob, you got the movie. I watched your video. You got the Best Buy 4K Steelbook. I'm a little bit jealous, just a tiny bit, because I didn't know that there was a Steelbook. We did a whole podcast not too long ago, and I asked my crew, I said, hey, guys, is there anything going to be different? And not really. It's all going to be, the basics. And then here's the Steelbook from Best Buy, because I would have drove my ass to Best Buy and picked up a goddamn Steelbook. I'm just saying. But I saw your video, and it was pretty dope, and you got to look at the movie. So, how was it again, watching the movie at home as opposed to the theater, and then, going through the special features? What stood out to you?
Well, the first thing was I didn't need to adjust my TV either for both the 4K and the Blu-ray copy, so that was very welcomed. I mean, going through the movie again, I felt the exact same as I did when I was in the theater watching it. All the same parts made me teary-eyed. All the other parts, all the parts that made me laugh. All the other parts that made my jaw drop on the floor made my jaw drop on the floor again. In terms of the special features, though, much like the menus for the Blu-ray 4K, I feel like the special features were very, very rushed. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of them, creating the Union Temple, the Castle Bravo, where they're taking you through the different locations and how they were designed. Those are really, really cool. But then, Welcome to the Monsterverse, which is a glorified B-roll of just Kong and Godzilla footage, making it look like they're coming at each other. That was just silly. Again, reiterating the same info, just doing it a little bit differently or saying a different word in a different order, whatever you want to call it. That was just weird. And it was the deleted scenes that I was probably the most upset with, just because, 3-hour cut of the movie. Oh, can't wait to see what you throw in there. Nothing. Barely. Nothing. I mean, this guy has an extended fucking mushroom flashback, and then Millie Bobby Brown is kickboxing and yelling at her mom, teenage angst. I don't know, man.
Oh my God.
But overall, I love it. I love the movie. My opinion on the movie really hasn't changed too much, except that, I want more and everything. The after credit scene, the after credit scene still gets to me. Still gets me very excited to see what's in store for the Monsterverse. And I honestly have no complaints. This is still a really great Godzilla movie that got the shit end of the stick.
That I totally agree with. I absolutely agree with that. When I came out of the theaters for the 5th time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe I gotta take my 4K out and yell that son of a bitch, bing! Because I don't know why I had to switch up my stuff. Like I said, when I watch certain movies on 4K, not even certain movies. Every 4K movie I've watched on my TV without switching the settings has been phenomenal. And like I said, for whatever reason, it was just what the hell? When I switched those settings, everything came to everybody was moving fluidly. Everything was working the way it should have worked. I was happy. I was like, here we go. And then the monsters came, and I was like, oh shit, maybe I should switch it back. because this is I got disappointed, and it's not in the movie. It definitely got to be on user's end, my end. It was the CG wasn't as good as I wanted it to be coming out of my TV. Again, and I'm sitting there, and I've seen the movie several times, so I'm sitting there now just to analyze things, right, and enjoy it, of course, right, without the popcorn. I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, man, again, I got to use the Infinity War as an example. I watched that movie. It's unbelievable. I tell anybody come to my house, hey, check this shit out. Look at my setup. Watch this. Oh, you see that? It's like when fucking Princess Leia came out of R2-D2 and said, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, your only hope. It's right there in my living room. And I didn't get that from this. I was so upset. And it was what made it even worse was the fact that I'm like, God, they look like cartoons. And I hate to say that because they don't, but they did. Because some of the special features, and I was so mad. They were showing the animations, not animatronics, but the animations and all that stuff. And there were certain shots that I was like, look at how gorgeous that looks. And then they covered it up with either smoke or lava or snow or in Mothra's cage. That really pissed me off, the Mothra thing. When Mothra hatched, when the Mothra hatched in the waterfall, when they show that in the special features, it was gorgeous. And then they added the waterfall effect. You couldn't see a thing. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? It drove me nuts to no end. And don't even get me started on the static fucking menu. Oh, we're cursing like sailors here. It's like the after party. I don't care. Don't even get me started on the static menu. We had a couple... Legendary, Warner Brothers, why do you keep doing this to the monster film? Why do you keep making these whack-ass static... That's the sound it makes when you press the button to move it over the menu. Oh, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't believe that I just shelled out $32 after tax to see this. I was so angry. I could not believe it. Don't get me wrong, the movie's still fun and enjoyable. But Christ almighty on a cracker, what were we watching here? Why did you get... Like you said, the mushroom dream thing, Rob, that is hysterical. Thank you for that. I was so pissed off at that. Like y'all both said, a 3-hour cut. Michael Dougherty, where is it? Where is it? I thought maybe we'd get, even if it wasn't finished, which if you looked at that first deleted scene, when they're showing him running around in San Francisco, the background's blue. It's on the soundstage. It's not done. Even if they would have done something like that and took an excerpt from the book, let's say, Gams, help me out here. What was the big one they kept going back to in the book?
The big one they kept on going back to in the book is they kept on cutting back to what Mokele Mbembe was doing.
That one. If they would have went there without even showing the monster, but just having like actors there portraying a scene, just doing that, I would have been more excited. Like, oh man, the things we could have gotten, damn it. But no, nothing. Millie Bobby Brown throwing kicks and punches at people she don't like because they were training her, huh? Yelling at, and then again, I do agree with the whole Monarch thing. I like that. I always did. Even in the first trailer, even seeing the cameraman in the background, I didn't mind. But good God Almighty, when those deleted scenes finished, because I didn't even know, I just hit play all. I thought it was gonna keep going, and it was like 5 minutes worth of deleted scenes, if that, and it was only 2 sequences, and none of them had a monster. Yo, dude, there's a problem. There's serious problems, and it pissed me off to no end. Gans, I'm going back to you because I know you had more to say.
Yeah. And I pretty much agree with everything y'all have said. It's this in terms of presentation outside of the movie itself. Because again, I don't know what's wrong with your copy. My copy's fine.
Yeah, something wrong. Maybe it's my TV. I don't know.
But like the whole presentation, the menu, the redundancy of a bunch of the special features, the deleted scenes, it's all pretty disappointing. And this is the third MonsterVerse movie in a row where they did not care about the home release, like at all. And it just sucks, you know? It just sucks. I think my favorite special feature out of the whole thing was probably the Monsters Are Real featurette, since that was like the longest one out of all of them.
It was Monster Quest Lite.
Yeah, it was much it was. But
Yes.
It just linking this fascination with monsters with why people love monster movies, with like comparing them to like campfire stories and stuff. I like that. That's good analogy, you know.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that immensely, and I've already made memes about this on the internet, but
Of course
okay. Okay. If dragons are sticky memes,
Oh boy.
and Ghidorah is a dragon,
Oh my god.
then that means Ghidorah is a meme. Ghidorah is a living meme, confirmed.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
Beanie.
Only you. Oh, honestly, only you. Everything going on in the world, Ghidorah is a living meme. I love you, Games. I do.
But other than that, in terms of if the film has changed in my eyes, it kind of has, but it kind of hasn't.
Okay.
Like I still pretty much love it as much as I did when I watched it in theaters. But then again, looking at my list of Godzilla movies that I put on Facebook, you know, the numbered list, the all 35 films ranked. I watched a couple movies that I put below King of the Monsters, like Ghidra the Three-Headed Monster, Mothra vs. Godzilla, and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I might have to change that.
Yeah, you really should. What's wrong with you?
So before I had King of the Monsters as number 6. Now I'm pretty comfortable in having it as number 9. It's still in my top 10.
Okay.
Still in my top 10, but it's just not as high anymore.
What about you, Rob? Like, after you've seen it again, you still felt the same way? Like, yeah, this is it? Or has anything changed?
I honestly still felt the same. I went into the theater, turned my brain off, wanted Godzilla, got Godzilla. Maybe in more ways than I was expecting, and I did the same exact thing here. Popped the fucking 4K disc in, the Blu-ray disc in, sat down, watched it, had fun. That's it.
I gotta go upstairs and watch the Blu-ray disc on my Samsung television because that TV for all, even though it's a bit old, that TV was when the first TV I purchased out was like, here we go. And that TV now is about 8-9 years old, and still, like, I put on Godzilla 1985, Godzilla Returns on that TV, and it's one of the greatest things I've ever watched. Ever. I'll put it on my phone, and that's just the Blu-ray. I put it on 4K, and it looks good. I'm like, sit there, because my TV screen's big, and I'm like, go Godzilla, raise the roof, Final Wars. But I gotta go back to the one upstairs because it looks better. So I'm gonna take that Blu-ray, I'm gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna watch that this weekend, because we got a long weekend, it's Labor Day. See, people, it's Labor Day. Go out and buy the damn movie. You got time. Screw a damn barbecue. Go to the barbecue. Get drunk. Then go watch Godzilla King of the Monsters in your house after you purchased it. Because let's be for real here. We want to generate the money. We want the Monsterverse to continue. And the only way that's going to happen after GVK is if the money's right. And we all know where that's at right now. But so you felt the same way. You were all good with the movie again.
Yeah, I really didn't have any problems to begin with. Maybe like a couple of random things that were thrown out there, ridiculous things, but at the end of the day, I mean, Godzilla's seen his time with ridiculous stories beforehand.
True.
So
Shin Godzilla
that never bothered me. The movie, I mean, we have an American-made Godzilla movie with the original Godzilla theme in it. That in and of itself, like, I'm good. This movie could have been trash. I would have been fine. But no, I really don't think I can sit there, watch the movie, and just, I hate that. I really, really don't like that. I don't think I can do that.
I can.
What you got?
Apparently, you haven't checked out our review of the movie when I went on my extremely long 5-minute rant tangent about Rodan's Raw. And let me get back to that son of a bitch. Michael Dougherty, I love you. I really do. I really respect you, bro. I like what you did with the movie.
Brains!
But come on, man. The cranes in your mother's backyard? Get out of here with that bullshit. Yo, there are so many. That Rodan original Raw should have been Rodan's original Raw. There's no way you can tell me otherwise. I don't want, well, we wanted to make it more realistic. Fuck, you're making CG monsters that don't exist. Come on, man. You want to make it more realistic, so we're going to give them. No.
There even no excuse because Godzilla had Showa roars and Mothra had her original roar.
And don't even get me started. Mothra, watching it last night, I was like, ooh, some of this Mothra stuff is really bothering me. I can't lie. The whale call sounding things, oh man, I was getting like, what is going on here? That's not what an insect should sound like. Like, what is this? That pissed me off. And notice. And the special features when they talk about each individual monster, that was notably absent in the Mothra. They said, oh, we recorded some insects. Oh, but look at them. We made them with the pincers because I love praying mantis and I hatch them every other year or something. But talking about Mothra mewing or whatever the hell you in a whale songing, get out of here. They did not even cover that at all, skimped it. But no, Rodan had cranes and peacocks and bald eagles and God knows what else, you know? Godzilla's Roar is Godzilla's Roar. They didn't gotta go crazy with that. The King Ghidorah thing, King Ghidorah to me was like the best. I can't even lie. I loved it. You can hear the cackle. You can hear
the beady.
Yep, you hear all the iterations of Ghidorah, and then they added to it. That's what pissed me off with Rodan, especially at the end when Mothra hits him with the stinger. Woo! Because that, to me, if I was a sound engineer and I had to create the noises for that, I would have went right to Rodan's original Raw. I would have started it, stopped, stretched, slowed, bring it back, like, just like that.
Would have been the perfect time for it.
Serious?
It really would have.
Right, and oh my God, I was like, and then this is what really drove me crazy. Because Gams, you know, Chase knows, so Rob, you'll find it right now. Rodan is my number 2 monster. My number 2. I absolutely love Rodan. I love the movie. I was a sucker for flying monsters as a kid. When I saw Rodan, of course, it was, the first time I saw Rodan was Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. I was like, what the fuck is this? Who's that with Godzilla's a flying monster with Godzilla? Oh! It blew my mind. And I was a child. So Rodan's always been number 2. And then that movie, when I finally, like, you know, got to see Rodan as a kid, it's just fun because you don't pay attention to what's going on, really. You just want to see the monsters. Same thing with 54 Godzilla. But as you get older and you start appreciating these movies more, I'm like, yo, this movie's no joke. This is legit shit. And yeah, so I love Rodan. And then Michael Dougherty was sitting there talking about how much he loved Rodan. And I'm like, oh, if you did, you wouldn't give him a goddamn peacock or whatever the fuck is in your mom's backyard. Yeah, I was pissed. To say the least, I was pissed off. My wife, yesterday, because I watched the special features yesterday. Tuesday, I watched the movie. Yesterday, I came home and watched special features. And my wife was like cracking up upstairs. Like, I can't believe you're getting that upset over. I was like, woman, don't finish the sentence. Because yes, I am. And I'm serious. Like, it's one of those things that really annoyed me. It was like, you have all the other monsters' roars. Why would you change Rodan's? It's perfect. And coming out of that creature, the way that creation of Rodan, that iteration, there's no excuse. None whatsoever. None. If Batra can have Rodan's roar, if King Ghidorah in 1991 can have Rodan's roar, you know, synthesized. There's no excuse at all. It pisses me off. So, I'm sorry. Anybody want to take the reins from that?
Yeah, I you know, watching the special features and seeing all that, yeah, it's kind of disappointing that Dougherty didn't even like have undertones of Rodan's roar. He didn't take those crane calls and all those bird sounds and synthesize them to be in the same kind of like the way Rodan's roar goes. It starts off high and then it ends off low.
It's like a weird cackle pitch.
They could have arranged those bird sounds in post to make it sound like that and give a real updated version of Rodan's roar using realistic sounds. But they didn't do that. They just made him sound like a caca bird.
You ain't lying.
Caca bird.
It's best that, like, one of the things I love about Godzilla movies coming out now, the first thing, when the trailer drops, the first thing I want to hear is the roar. When Shin Godzilla trailer dropped, the only thing I wanted, what does it sound like? Because I know what it looks like. What does Godzilla sound like? It's very important to me to have the roar right. Whether it's right or wrong. See, my all-time favorite roar is the 54 and the 84 roar. Those, to me, it doesn't come close. Even 91. King Ghidorah's roar is awesome, too. Then they went back to classic stock roar. I ain't mad at it. But that, to me, Godzilla's roar, the bell, like the growling, all that, beautiful. So every time there's a new iteration of Godzilla, what does he sound? What's that roar going to sound like? And, you know, for the most part, I have zero problems with anything. Shin Godzilla went to the classics. They did the damn thing with it. And you know, applause to that. Legendary to me, Gareth Edwards stuck the landing. Stuck the damn landing. Because 98 sound like a damn elephant. I don't want to hear it. Sound like a damn elephant. He's crying like an elephant. It sound like Death Ghidorah and Rebirth of Mothra 1. But you don't think so? Go ahead, Rob.
No.
Talk to me.
It was bad.
Okay.
It was bad. There was way too much. Somebody on YouTube said it best. It sounded like Godzilla roaring into like a plastic cup, and then they just elevated it.
Oh my god!
And that's what it is.
They're not lying, though.
It sounds like Godzilla roaring into a plastic cup.
That is exactly what it is. Oh my god.
I wish I could credit whoever said that. If you're watching this video by any stretch of the imagination, please let it be known. But it does sound like Godzilla roaring into a plastic solo cup after beer pong.
You know what's gonna happen this weekend now, right? I'm gonna have a barbecue, and that's all I'm gonna be doing. That's all. I'm gonna grab the damn plastic cup, and I'm gonna have to be standing by the grill in 112 degree weather. I don't care. I'm gonna annoy the fucking masses now. I'm gonna grab that solo cup, and I'm gonna do it. It's going in. Rob, let me ask you the monsters roars. I'm sorry, Gabe. I want to ask Rob this. The monster roars. Were you okay with all of them? Did you have issues with anything?
The first time I heard Mothra, I was a little taken back because Mothra just has like such an iconic roar.
Agreed.
Well, scree, whatever you want to call it. There was a point in time before like one of the final trailers came out where they were showing like little clips of the monsters, and you would hear their roar or their cackle in the background. And they held Ghidorah back for the longest time, so I just immediately thought Ghidorah is going to sound exactly like he did, if not better. So I think Rodan, I'm really thinking about it right now. That scene with Rodan getting stabbed by Mothra, that really would have been the perfect place to hear an OG roar out of that.
Absolutely.
And that is actually kind of upsetting now that I think about it, because Mothra had her time, Godzilla had her time, Ghidorah had her time. His time. Whoa, my bad.
Slow down.
Whoa, we're not going there. Oops. But Rodan didn't have his time, and I feel bad for my roasted turkey guy. I really do.
Yeah, see.
Now that I really think about it, I really feel bad for him. He deserved more.
I would say Gam Games could co-sign this. I would say I would love a special feature where you can actually add in the original roars to the monsters. Like another audio track that you just press the button and let it rock. Is Toho going to be that mad?
That would be neat. That would be neat.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a certain part. Going back to classic roars, there was a certain part in the film that I swear I could have heard it in theaters. And I went back on my 4K Blu-ray, and I went through this one scene where right before Ghidorah does that triple Cobra strike on Godzilla and lifts him up and slams him down. When Godzilla hits him, I swear in the theater you could hear the 91 Ghidorah roar. Oh. And I went back through that and I listened to it very carefully with these headphones on. And yeah, it's there.
It's there.
Holy shit.
And guess what? That's an exaggerated Rodan roar. What are we doing? You see what's pissing me off here? You kidding me or what? You can't tell me that 91 Ghidorah roar is not an exaggerated Rodan. It's synthesized.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So and I listened very carefully with these headphones, and these are some good headphones. These are some good headphones.
Michael Doherty,
and
you off my
I
Christmas
listened
card
to
list.
everything.
Unbelievable. See, that's what pisses me off. It's there. You're using it, and you're using it for the wrong motherfucking monster. Come on, man.
I mean, there was a lot more classic Mothra chirps than I originally remembered. Like when Mothra was in her larval form and spitting her web, you could hear the short chirp that she always used to do.
Yeah.
And I'd never noticed that in the theater. And obviously Godzilla still has those the 54 one time he had two or three instances where he does his classic show a roar, but I didn't hear anything other than that. I would have Rob, I don't know if you watched that review podcast or not, but I suggested that for his final roar, when the Titans are bowing to him, that they use the 84 roar.
Oh, come on. Just give it to me.
Like, that would have been so cool.
I don't want to get TMI with what would have happened if that had gone down, but let me tell you, I would have nutted my fucking pants in the goddamn theater if I fucking heard that shit.
I think we all would have. I think we all would have said, that's not soda.
That ain't no cream orange soda.
No. Hey, what if they're saving that for Godzilla vs. Kong?
Yeah. I think that's a major possibility. I mean, I was even telling you today, I always call you devout Mothra follower on my streams. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's because that's my name on YouTube, but on the podcast I'm known as Gam Gamsy1.
Okay, Gam Gams. I was telling you earlier today, like, regarding all, like, the deleted scenes, I was thinking that they might be saving that until after Godzilla vs. Kong, because we know that Mike had his hands in the script for Godzilla vs. Kong at one point.
Yes, he does.
At some point. So, I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe they're saving some of the stuff that was actually cut from the movie until after that comes out, because maybe it was delving a little bit more into what's going to be going on over there. Because until Godzilla KOTM officially became a thing in the media, we really didn't hear anything about Godzilla vs. Kong except Adam Wingardium Leviosa is going to be directing it. I'm scared as shit about that, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that Netflix adaptation, live action adaptation of Death Note, but it was bad.
No.
It was bad.
Matt told me to stay away from it. My buddy Matt, who also runs the G Show with me, he told me to stay away from that.
Literally, the only good thing about that was Willem Dafoe voicing Ryuk. That was it. Oh. That was probably the best casting they could have done. But yeah, I'm worried about that guy touching that movie.
And you know what? To echo sentiments from Chase, who's not here right now, he is too. Games. Chase is.
Oh yeah,
he's a real
Rob. If you've watched any of our podcasts, Chase is adamant about the fact that Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be delayed.
Yeah, and
really,
yeah,
really, still.
And he doesn't like the idea of Adam Wingard touching this thing. He's like, this is not in good hands.
You see, I don't want to think that it's in bad hands, because I remember before he left Twitter after the Death Note death threats were coming in, I remember people are asking him, so, you only just fucked up one of the greatest anime and manga names of all time. What's your favorite Godzilla movies now that you're probably going to fuck that up? And he was like, Godzilla vs. Destroya, that was like his number one. And, 84 was up there. Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster was up there. So I'm like, maybe we're okay. And then I remember this is the guy that directed Your Next, Blair Witch, Death Note, that one thing from VHS 2 with the bionic eye. It's not... I'm not too confident. I would have been so much more confident if Legendary said, Del Toro.
Hey, slow. See, wow. You know what? I'm shutting the podcast off. Are you kidding me? That you just, wow. I never would have thought he would have done. He would have came in and delivered. He'd have said, I might need $300 million. He might have said that. And you know what they did when he said that about Pacific Rim? They was like, all right, go make that movie about the spooks on the mountain. Goodbye. But Jesus, could you imagine Del Toro touching Godzilla? Phrasing. Could you imagine Del Toro with his hands on Godzilla or the property? Oh my God. Oh my God!
Just give the man a 3-movie deal with it. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Please.
Del Toro understands that monsters aren't just monsters, that they are just as much a character as somebody from fucking Hollywood that you cast and you pay money for them to be in your movie. He understands that, and he's got a love for it, too. And the fact that he hasn't been talked to yet to do Godzilla, sorry, Mike, that sucks. Because he's literally like the Spielberg of monsters, and he's perfect for it.
I absolutely agree, and I really want to touch on that, what you just said. It seemed to me Michael Dougherty did take care of these characters in his own way. Most of the commentary on those special features, because I didn't watch the commentary like Gam Gams did, but
me neither.
The commentaries on the special features, some of the things he was saying, I was like, well, I didn't see that in the movie, Mothra. But he definitely, and this is why I respected him, and I still respect him, he definitely got the monsters. He got them. He gave us, with the exception of that damn burning Godzilla typo thing, I don't care what nobody says, I still don't like that. Not a typo.
He said it in the commentary.
I still don't like the idea of burning Godzilla in this movie, because, again, it's a power now he has. They should have just did the pulse and called it a damn day. They didn't, just called it a damn day. The pulse is my favorite Godzilla offensive weapon. Anyway, when I first saw that in Biollante, I was like, what was that? What? Blew my mind, and that they kept using it going forward. Yeah, no, thumbs up. But he really did get the monster characters. I think he nailed that. So while I do agree Del Toro would be the perfect fit, I definitely give props to Dougherty, and I just hope Adam Wingard could come in and do the same thing. Because, hey, think about it. He's really got a tall task. There's no way in hell that this is only Godzilla and Kong in this movie. Rodan's still around. The other creatures are all there.
Hashtag bring Behemoth back.
Yeah, for real.
Bring Behemoth back. Yo, Kong versus Behemoth. Here we go. This is where we get off the script here, Rob. This is what I was talking to you about before we started recording. Kong versus Behemoth. Come on. The Tusk versus the Musk. What do you think? I'm just saying.
I'm biased. I'm going to say Behemoth because I want my boy to have a fucking moment.
Hey, I will say this.
Gotta be Behemoth. Gotta be.
I will say this. I didn't notice this during the movie when I was in the theaters watching it, and I'm watching it. Or was it a special feature yesterday? See, my lines are blurred. It's work. It's hot. There was a moment that I was watching, and they showed not Behemoth, but the not Anguirus thing that came out of the mountain. Gam Gams. What was the name of that monster?
Methuselah.
That guy. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name. There was a sequence where he was like eating something in the street or like chomping on something, and I didn't notice that in the theaters, so maybe it was a special feature?
No, it was in the film.
It was in the film? See, I didn't even notice that. And I was like, oh shit, look what? Look, there's extra stuff right there. Blew my head. I was like, give me more of that. So that's why my fingers are crossed. For those deleted scenes, all you had to do was give us 1 minute of any of those kaiju coming out of their, wherever they were at, their tomb, quote unquote, and walking. That's all I needed. That's all, and I wouldn't have been mad. I'd have been like, all right.
I would have loved to see the sequences with Behemoth breaking out of his tomb, or when Scylla broke out in the novel. It was explained that there was this little conversation between an oil driller and his boss, and about how stuff was going to go down, and then Scylla came up and killed both of them. Like, I would have loved to seen that. I would have loved to seen the unnamed Monarch outpost with the unofficially named Titan named Kraken. I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to seen anything with Mokele and Mbembe, because with the way the book describes him, he's probably like one of the coolest kaiju I've ever seen, because Mokele and Mbembe in the novel is not a sauropod. He's a giant elephant with where his trunk is so long it made it look like he was a sauropod.
Huh.
Damn.
Yeah. And all this sort of stuff that was that, like, usually how movie novels go is take early drafts of the script and they adapt it into a novel format. So obviously this stuff must have been in the movie at some point. So where the hell is it?
Do you think
back in 2018?
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, do you think? Let's just say hypothetically, let's say if this movie brings in the dough on home video, do you think they would ever release a director's cut?
Watching the commentary, the producer guy who was on who was talking about the movie with Michael Dougherty and O'Shea Jackson Jr., he actually made a passing comment. Well, this pretty much is the director's cut, isn't it? Oh fuck!
And there you have it. Oh, listen. At the end of the day, Godzilla King of the Monsters, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it for the third time, is on and it's available right now to go and buy. Go buy it. Go support this iteration of Godzilla. If you love it, go get it. I mean, honestly, look, and I'm not trying to bash it, but Shin Godzilla I saw in the movie theater twice. I didn't like it the first time. I went back. I didn't like it the second time either. I thought I was going to find something new. I didn't. But the fact of the matter is, I was going to support that movie regardless because Toho was putting a Godzilla movie out in the States, and we haven't had that since 2000. And I'm lying because I actually saw Final Wars in theaters in Tribeca, Manhattan. I did.
Oh, damn.
Yep. True story. Did a Trinity. I'm gonna blow this up real quick. Me, the original co-founder of this page, and his brother. We saw Batman Begins, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, went to a comic book convention that we didn't know was even happening, which just so happened to be in the vicinity, and then went and seen Godzilla Final Wars. It was, and then we ended the night in a bar. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I will, to this day, always hold that in high regard. It's like birth of my daughter, married my wife, or maybe the Trinity, one or the other. It comes after that, either one.
Yeah.
I hope my wife's not listening, so I can say that. But anyhow, yeah, see, tangent went off, lost it. All I'm saying is, support the movie. That's where I was going. Support the damn movie. Go and get it, Even if you didn't like it. If you know someone in your family that likes Godzilla and can't afford it, get it. Get the DVD. Get the DVD. It's $20, maybe $15 somewhere. Get it. Wait till Black Friday. I'm pretty sure those prices will come down. Just don't look for the Steelbook. Lucky ass Rob.
Oh yeah, like let's talk about that for just a second. Like, it's crazy how, like, looking at the box office of the film, how crazy is it that this Best Buy exclusive Steelbook is just gone? Like, the nearest one to me after I actually get this one from Missoula, thank God there's only 3 left when I bought it online. But like now now I've looked at it a couple days later now after I bought it, it's gone. The nearest one to me is like 300 miles away.
Good God.
It's gone.
I mean, even in my area, they're fucking smoked, dude. Like, smoked.
Like, I made the prediction back when we were talking about the box office and it was disappointing that I said that this movie's true life will come on home video. It looks like that prediction's starting to come true.
Let's not jump the gun. Let's not start kissing the cocks just yet. We don't know that 100%. I want that to be true. I truly do. But until, let's say again, Black Friday rolls around, that's when we really can start, okay, here's where we go. This is what it does. And don't forget, make no mistake, we've had this conversation millions of times. Godzilla's birthday is November 3rd. It's right around the corner. You want to promote Godzilla King of the Monsters? You want to promote Godzilla versus Kong? Toho wants to promote anything they got coming? Well, that's in about
the day.
2 months. It's right there. And that, to me, that could get people interested again. They could get the damn wheels going again. If Warner Brothers and Legendary comes together and have a really good marketing plan this time out, one of my biggest gripes with Kong Skull Island was they showed everything in the trailer. So when I went to the theaters, I was like, I saw this on my TV already. That's why after the second trailer for King of the Monsters, which is to this day the greatest trailer I've ever seen of all time, until the other day when I saw that Joker trailer, the greatest trailer of all time, I stopped. I said, I'm not looking at nothing else from Godzilla King of the Monsters. And Rob, we will talk after this podcast. I said, I am not going to watch nothing else after this second trailer, King of the Monsters, because that's all they needed to show me. I'm sold. And I was already sold. Of course, I've got a tattoo. I'm a Godzilla fan. We do this podcast. But that trailer, if I wasn't, was all I needed to be sold. I was like, okay, I got the gist. I'm in. Here's my money. So that's what I'm hoping they do for Godzilla vs. Kong. They reel it in. Don't show the money shots. Show Godzilla, show Kong. And if you want to show them clash, like they did in that second trailer with Godzilla and King Ghidorah, do that. After that, cut it out. No more. No more. Let the movie speak for itself. Hopefully, Adam Wingard is the right person for the job. And we rock and roll from that. So, yeah. Before we wrap up, I want to hear some final thoughts. Anything y'all want to say about Godzilla King of the Monsters? The special
my final thing. I briefly talked about this with both of you guys in the DMs. Watching the commentary. I know Michael Dougherty's a fan. He is. But it's pretty clear that in a supposedly professionally made, professionally edited Hollywood commentary for a home video release that he has not seen every movie.
I saw this. I saw what you were talking about.
He says things about his movie that is like, oh, this has never been done in the franchise before. Yes, it has.
Wait. I thought of you real quick. I thought of you. He said, Godzilla has never been touched before. Affectionately. Because I was like, what are you talking about? Mega Gearus! Oh, affectionately. Never mind. I was like, all right.
Yeah. He had to add that little addendum. Because, yes. And obviously he has seen Mega Gearus because he mentioned the gal shooting Godzilla with a handgun in the commentary. He has seen that movie. But apparently he hasn't seen Godzilla 2000 because he said, "Oh, this is the first time we ever see Godzilla, a full shot of Godzilla swimming underwater." That was in Godzilla 2000. That was in Mega Gearus. That was in GMK. That was in Biollante. That's one of his favorite movies.
No, that really what you can't even count that one. You can't count that one. You can't count. That was a silhouette. That was a weird. I'm not counting that. That was in Godzilla 98.
It was in Godzilla 98. There was a whole underwater battle sequence in Godzilla 98. And as much as people hate that movie, it's still legally a Godzilla movie. And it did things before King of the Monsters.
Eek.
He's right. I'm not lying. He's right, though. He is right.
And Mothra, never having a stinger before. Have you seen GMK and Michael Dougherty?
Was it a stinger or was it just shit chewing out?
She shot stingers out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was stingers.
It was a Tommy gun coming out of her butt.
But still, stingers are stingers.
Yeah.
You're missing a really big, important component to your argument here. Like, what, did he never watch Rodan? It's his second favorite monster like mine? Going back to that, well...
I mean, he has shown that he... Well, he has said constantly that he loves Rodan. Obviously, there might be something lost in translation there because original Rodan roar,
right?
And he kind of made Rodan a bitch.
Hey, easy. I still like this iteration of Rodan. Sans the roar.
No. I'm not saying it like that. I love Rodan. He kept on saying, "Oh, you never know where Rodan's loyalties lie."
Yeah,
he's willing to fight really anybody. Then how come he became Ghidorah's bitty bitch by the time Ghidorah kicked his ass?
Wow.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah.
But and then the third and final one that just got me blowing my mind. During the scene where Rodan and Ghidorah are clashing, he's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to show, because it's never been in this franchise before, a proper sky battle." And I'm like, Mothra versus Batroc, Mothra versus Gigan, and Final Wars. Freaking
Yeah. Mothra versus King Ghidorah and Mothra 3.
Yeah, like, Mike, come on, this is a professionally made commentary for a film that I bought for $35.
Oh man, them taxes up in Montana are high, brother. Good God.
What are you doing? Like, do your research.
Oh man,
And it's not even the fact that, like, I wouldn't mind if he hasn't seen these movies, right? I mind the fact that he's making these bold claims that that this stuff has never been done before, when clearly it has.
Right.
You know, that's my issue.
Rob,
but other than that, the commentary was pretty great. They was just talking about the processes behind the movie. Most of the stuff that they said, other than those bold claims, we're already said in the special features. So it's not like essential viewing. But, you know, if you want to get mad at Michael Dougherty's information, then go for it.
It's messed up.
People can't be too mad. Remember what they did to fucking Angry Joe on Twitter?
Oh, dude.
I'm a massive fan.
I'm lost. I don't have Twitter. I don't use Twitter, so what?
Well, when Angry Joe did his negative review for Godzilla PS4, where he slammed it and gave it a 2 out of 10 and said that he loves Godzilla, even though he got a couple of facts wrong. He used that fact that he got a couple of facts wrong as ammo for saying he had no right to judge the game.
Oh, well, look at
Yeah.
that. All right. Well, Rob, let me ask you, man, your final thoughts.
Okay, so you guys have brought up a couple of good points. You know, obviously I know the movie isn't perfect, and obviously I'm forever going to love it. And clearly there are a few things in there that I really didn't pay too close attention to. But even all of that, I still think Godzilla King of the Monsters is a fucking great movie to watch with friends, family, even people. I mean, I'm doing that this weekend. I have like 2 nights this weekend where I'm showing friends this movie because they didn't have time to go see it in theaters because Endgame and all that other stuff. And
Damn Aladdin. Yeah, damn you, Aladdin.
Yeah. I mean, I'm exactly the same way. Like because my ma is probably on her way back from Missoula right now to getting me that Steelbook, I was like, here, since you're getting me this Steelbook, have my Walmart copy for your and my stepdad's house. Have this copy, and I'll just keep the Steelbook. I already used the digital code for this Walmart copy, so I'll give you the digital code in the Steelbook, and we're all good.
Gotcha, Rob. That's all you wanted to say.
Let me search my feelings right quick.
Search your feelings. You know they be true.
You know what? I like the movie, flaws and all, and I definitely need the soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh.
That's definitely yeah. But other than that, I don't know what else to add. I mean, I've watched the movie a couple of times since getting it on Blu-ray, and I've had nothing but a fun time with it. Rewinding again.
I mean, you were lucky enough to get it early.
Yeah, I got it on Saturday. Fucking Best Buy fucking shipped that shit out real quick. Like earlier the week before, and it showed up on Saturday. So I've kind of been back and forth with watching it a lot since last weekend, and I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun.
You're lucky. I'm mad. But anyhow, final thoughts. I will say this. I still do enjoy the movie. I don't have the same feeling I had after I came out the theater. There's a lot of things that make me mad with this movie. Most notably is Rodan's Run. I know a lot of people are like, get over it. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm a purist. The special features, you know, some of them were okay, and most of them were dumb. Deleted scenes. There should have been more. There's a 3-hour cut apparently somewhere out there. We ain't getting none of that. We didn't get none of that. So it's disappointing. It's upsetting. And at the end of the day, I got to go and fix my TV apparently. So that all being said, hey, I want to thank everybody here for listening in to us. Gam Gams, thank you very much for being on the show once again.
Always a pleasure, man.
And Rob, man, thank you for joining us for the first time. Bro, pimp your page, man.
You can, well, for once, thanks for having me on this. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, no, thank you. It was my pleasure.
And, yeah, check out my YouTube channel, ShinRobJira. I talk about Godzilla, I talk about manga, I talk about music, I talk about figures, and all that other happy-go-lucky good stuff.
And after we stop this recording, we're going to be talking about that Joker trailer. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode of the Godzilla Block Party. I am G1, and we will see you next week. We out of here. Peace.